Are you a novice? Are you a casual fan? Or are you a super freak? There's a way to watch the game and to be knowledgeable about it, no matter who you are. Matthew Futterman.
How are you?
The man, the Super Bowl man right here beside me. All right, so break it down for us. You sort of outlined some talking points for anybody, depending on what level they are, to sound smart about the game.
Well, I think there's a few different ways you can come at this game, no matter who you are. And by the numbers, you are going to be coming at this game probably. I mean, you're looking at about 115 million people watching this. So at some point, even if you're not a football fan, you're going to have to get emotionally involved in this some way.
You heard it here.
And I think there's a few different ways people come at this, and I think you can see the Super Bowl either as a soap opera or a philosophical discussion about football, or even for the real X's and O's guys. It really becomes a sort of scientific lab experiment, something along the lines of chaos theory.
So if I'm the casual fan, doesn't know or care much about football, how are you going to wheel me in with the sort of behind-the-scenes stories of these teams?
Well, the one that really tugs at the heartstrings is Bob Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, who lost his wife of 48 years just before the season. The team has sort of dedicated the season to cancer. Lost her to cancer. The team has dedicated the season to her. They wear her initials. The big oil painting of her initials is going to be in their locker room, and it almost feels sort of predestined that the Patriots were going to be there. And she's been a mainstay in the luxury box all these years, watching the team, and there's definitely an empty seat there, and an empty seat in the so-called Patriots family. So that's one thing. And
then also on the Giants side, I mean, you obviously have the story of the brothers.
Right. I mean, you have the coaches who are sort of like football brothers, and Tom Coughlin and Bill Belichick, who sort of share a football father in Bill Parcells. But then there's another brother story with the Giants, which is with their quarterback, Eli Manning, who has spent his entire life being the second best quarterback in his family. His brother Peyton is a first ballot Hall of Famer. And Eli's still sort of carving out his legacy, but Peyton only has one Super Bowl championship. This would give Eli two, and with Peyton's future really up in the air, given this terrible injury that he's suffering from, you're looking at potential eternal bragging rights for Eli Manning around the Manning family dinner table, and that's worth a lot.
This is all coming from the heart, not even so much about the game itself. Now, let's say I want to sound a little smart about the game, but I'm not the X's and O's person. What would you tell me to think about?
Well, I want you to think about, if I give one team the best quarterback of the modern era, in all likelihood in Tom Brady, and the premier coach in the NFL right now, and one of the legendary football minds in Bill Belichick, what does the opposition have to do to overcome that, and how can they overcome that? The old adage in football is, defense wins championships, defense wins championships. The Patriots are this offensive juggernaut. The Giants' defense is, at this point in the season, scary good. I mean, this is the classic. This is the classic, unstoppable force and immovable object coming together and banging heads. And I think if you keep an eye on those, Giants defenders, specifically their top four guys,